Hey guys, what's up? Freddie from CrossFit One World. I'm here with Chris Stroud. We're gonna go over the muscle up movement, all right? Muscle up is essentially hanging from below the rings to getting yourself over the rings, all right? What happens in a muscle up is you do the biggest pull up you've ever did right into the deepest dip you've ever done, and then you press yourself out of that, all right? I wanna show you the movement of what's happening with the arms and the body without using any rings. So Chris is acting like he's hanging from a pair of rings here. He's full extension of his arms. What will happen in a muscle up is he's pulling the rings to his chest right here, nice and close and tight together. Once he gets to this position right here, he shoves his head through the rings, which pops him right over into the dip position, and then he presses out of the dip to come up into the full movement. All right, so let's do it again, show that again. He's gonna be underneath the rings, full extension of the arms. He pulls the arms down to the chest, pops the head through, rings transition over to a dip position, and then he presses out of that dip to the fully extended over the rings. Full extension under to full extension over. All right, let's jump up on the rings and check it out. Okay guys, so the first thing that has to happen when you want to do a muscle up is you want to work on the false grip, all right? Essentially what the false grip is all the weight of your body is going to be across your wrist. There's not in the palm of his hands. So what he does, he sticks his thumb on there, he pushes the hand all the way through, and essentially he's resting on this the wrist portion of this hand right here. Let's open up so I can see it. It's going to be going right across right here. It's not going across his palm. Let's go ahead and grab it. This is the false grip, and the first thing that you're going to need to do is start hanging from the false grip, making sure that you can support yourself in the false grip. Where people usually run into trouble with the muscle up is they don't have a strong false grip. When they do all this violent movement to get up and over the rings, they slip out of the false grip and then they can't transition into the dip. So first thing I'll have somebody do is set up in the false grip and then just hang forward and make sure that they can do that. And Chris is a very competent muscle up person, so he can hang from this position no problem. All right, now we're just gonna go ahead and demonstrate the muscle up. So remember what happens, grabs false grip, he's pulling the rings down to his chest, pushing his head through the rings, and transitioning to that dip position, and then he's gonna drive out of the dip. All right guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and have Chris do a muscle up. He's gonna do a strict muscle up or a fairly strict muscle up, not a lot of movement of the hips right now. What we really like about doing it slow like this is you'll get to see the action of his hands and how he transitions from below into that dip position. So go ahead, Chris. And then up he goes. That's a pretty thing right there. Come on down. Good. All right, now he's gonna get a little bit more violent with the hip, do a nice kipping action into the muscle up. It's still the same thing. Watch what happens with it. There you go. That's just doing a little bit more swing of the hips, assisting him get up and on top of the rings. All right, and that's your muscle up. Boys and girls, in this video, we're gonna go over the push press.
I didn't put up a sign.
Where's my cue cards? I just feel retarded doing it over and over again, that's all.